Tell us a little bit about the community solution that you're making possible.
Yeah, so it really boils down to a particular quote that Senator Paul Wellstone has, is like, we all do better when we all do better. And one of the challenges that we have as a community is workforce. There's actually a workforce pipeline deficit is what we call it, and it really affects our long-term economic sustainability as a community. And it's really beyond just businesses and their profit margins, right? So I've been basically pushing this workforce pipeline initiative in conjunction with the United Way, Ann Arbor-Ipsy Chamber, Destination Ann Arbor, WCC, EMU, and other organizations, because there's actually a vital community, a group of folks in our community that we're actually not paying attention to, or providing them the opportunity to actually be contributing members of our community. So. That's the basic gist of that one.
Why is that important to you?
So part of the reason why it's really important to me is because, frankly, I'm a business owner in this community, and I'm actually having trouble finding the appropriate team to actually bring on board. And so part of my investigation trying to figure out a solution is we actually came across the ALICE report. So for those that don't know about it, it's a report put on by the United Way. It stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed. And these folks are basically those that have jobs, but they still can't afford to live. I think there's some stats that we have on that, but it's a problem that's actually nationwide. And in Washtenaw County alone, 27% of our residents actually fall into this. And they're the folks that are basically between the federal guidelines of what they consider poverty, and then those that can actually afford to live. And so if you add that up, that's like 39% of our county's residents aren't actually able to afford to live. And so when I started digging into that, I reached out to Pam Smith, the wonderful CEO of United Way, and I said, I need to learn more about this because I would like to tap into that community to try and figure out if we can figure out ways to make them employable. That's great.
I think that can resonate with everybody in this room, right? If you own a business, this is an issue of concern to you.
Yep.
In collaboration with your partners, and I think for you individually, Rich, what do you most hope will be realized through this attention to building a workforce watershed and a pipeline in Washtenaw County?
Yeah, it's a pretty simple statement. So what I'm hoping for, and I think all of us hope for in the end, is that anyone in this county that wants to work is able to work, right? And they're also able to afford to live in this county.
Please say that again.
I would like anyone that wants to work to be able to work and also be able to afford to live.
Amen. You have 30 seconds left, and the floor is yours.
Yeah. So in reality, what I'm hoping for overall is why you're actually all here. It's around volunteering, right? And it has a huge impact on community. And just to throw some stats out there, so there's a study that was held in 2013, and it was just around teenagers. And what they found is teenagers that volunteer actually had lower instances of depression and actually cardiovascular risk, which is awesome. And then they actually did another study in 2016 to follow up on that, and they found that teenagers who perform volunteer work were significantly less likely to engage in undesired public behavior. So the last thing I really want you to just kind of walk away from this event is that as a community and nation, we really, really need to prioritize service and purpose beyond just a typical capitalistic goal.
Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure.
Appreciation to Rich Chang. Thanks so much.